Chapter 1, Section 3, Grandmaster. So some critical thinking problems. This is just like the previous video, but we're just going to kick it up a notch. Number 1, there are approximately 2.205 pounds in a kilogram. That's given right up here. How many kilograms are in a pound? So what is the reverse conversion, if you will? Okay. There's different ways of thinking about it, but here's one. We want to go from pounds to kilograms. So we have 1 pound times 2.205 pounds in a kilo. So the pounds cancel. Well, if you're just multiplying by 1, that does absolutely nothing. So really all we're doing is we're taking the number 1 here and just dividing it by 2.205, which is exactly the same as taking the reciprocal of 2.205. And that gives me approximately 0.454, and this is kilograms. Okay. So in every kilogram there's 2.205 pounds. For every pound there's approximately 0.454 kilograms. There are approximately 3.785 liters in 1 American gallon. What's the reverse of that? How many American gallons are in a liter? Well, that number is probably going to be pretty small. So you can actually just take the reciprocal of this quickly. But if you're not sure why you can do that, or it's just not clear enough, we can just use unit analysis. So we have 1 liter, and we want to go to American gallons. So there are 3.785 liters in a U.S. gallon. There we go. So my liters cancel, but multiplying by 1 changes nothing. So 3.75. So that gives me approximately 0.264, but of course I am in U.S. gallons. Okay. That's pretty close to 0.25, so roughly 1/4, but a little bit more. All right. Number 3, use any of the conversions above, there's a little typo here, to, squeeze that in, create 2 conversion factors for kilometers to miles. Now if you're wondering, well, how do you, isn't there only one way to go from kilometers to miles? Well, yes, but when I say 2 conversion factors, it depends which way you're going. So do you want to know how many kilometers are in 1 mile, or how many miles are in 1 kilometer? Okay. So let's go from kilometers to miles. Why not? What is that in miles? So 1 kilometer. So I know that there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So those cancel. So now I'm in meters. And then I'm going to go to centimeters. So I know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Why do I want to go to centimeters? Well, because if you look at the table, the conversion used to jump between systems involves centimeters and inches. So that's why I had to go to centimeters. So this is centimeters, and that's equivalent to an inch. Okay, so in this step here, I've now jumped systems. So I'm now in the imperial. So from inches, I can go towards miles by first going to feet. There's 12 inches in a foot. So my inches cancel. And then finally I can go to miles, because I know that there are 5,280 feet in every mile. So those cancel. And I'm in miles. So everything's canceled out. So 1,000 times 100 divided by 2.54 divided by 12 divided by 5280, and you get approximately 0.621 miles. Okay. So again, to summarize, what does that mean? It means that 1 kilometer equals approximately 0.621 miles. That's what we just figured out. But that's only one direction. What if we wanted to go the other way? If I have 1 mile, how many kilometers is that? So because this is the number 1, I'm just going to take this number and take the reciprocal. So it's still in my display. And there we go. Just going to put a line here to separate it from the above problem. So that means, I'll do it in red, 1.609 kilometers is approximately 1 mile. So that's what I mean by two different conversions. Both of these are saying the same thing. The numbers are different just because we're going in a different direction. So about 1.609 kilometers per 1 mile, or 0.621 miles per kilometer. Number 4, use one of your conversion factors from question 3 to convert 65 miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to demonstrate both of them and show you that you get the exact same answer. So I'm going to split this right away, right down the middle. Okay. So I begin with, I'll do this in red, 65 miles per hour. So that's 65 miles per 1 hour. So this is a rate. But notice how my unit of time is not changing. I'm still in hours. So I actually don't need to do anything with this at all, which is nice. So if I'm in miles, I want to go to kilometers. I'm going to use this one up here, the 1.609. So that means 1 mile is about 1.609 kilometers. So my miles cancel, and now I have kilometers per hour, which is what I want. And I'm going to get approximately 104.6 kilometers per hour. So now let's do it the other way, and you'll see we get the exact same answer. All right. So I'm going to do this one in blue so that it matches the color of this conversion. So I still begin with 65 miles per hour, so per 1 hour. And again, I don't need to convert the hours at all. That gets to stay. But I want to go from miles to kilometers using this one. So if the miles cancel, that means I put the 0.621 miles down there. So I put the 1 kilometer up here. So the miles cancel. And I take my calculator and I work this out. And lo and behold, what do I get? 104.6 kilometers per hour.